Hey guys, it's CC Garland here with you again. I hope you're having a fantastic day. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to locate the phone numbers for LLC owners. Now, there isn't one specific website we can go to locate this information. I wish there was just a tool we could plug this in and we could get all of their addresses and phone numbers, just like if we were to skip trace individuals. That's not the case. We're going to have to go to a few different websites in order to put this all together, and I'll show you how. The process doesn't take that long once you get used to it. However, there are a few steps involved. So if you get lost, just rewind this video or ask me any questions. I'm always here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my tax assessor site and just pull up a few random LLCs. Now, you might want to do this if you have a buyer or you don't have a buyer for a property and you need that buyer for a particular property. So let's just say you got a deal under contract and you know a couple people bought houses for cash near your property you're trying to wholesale. Well, what you could do is go find that particular LLC on a tax assessor site, find that individual on the Secretary of State site, and then use a skip tracing tool in order to get their phone number. So that's basically the process. It's a 3-step process. So let me start with the first step here. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So let me go ahead and go to the tax assessor. So if you need to get here, you're going to type in your county tax assessor. So I'm going to do Charleston County. And you could probably do property search. It'll be a little bit more exact because a tax assessor just is the general website for all tax related things, not specifically searching the property. All right, guys, so I'm here. Now, unfortunately, the tax assessor site isn't on the first page of Google. It typically will be in your county. However, we just had a major update and they actually changed the URL, so it's probably going to take a little while to get cached inside of Google. So I was not able to find it on the first page. I had to click around a little bit and locate it. But here I am in the tax assessor sort of site where I can search for properties. So I'm going to go to Real Property Record Search. And here I'm just going to type LLC just to locate an LLC. So you see a couple LLCs here. This person obviously has their first and last name. Let's skip down to one that might be a little bit difficult to find here. This one looks good. 32 Lindale Holdings LLC. So say I want to find the information for this individual, their phone number. Where do I start? The first thing we need to do is actually find who might own this. And we do this by locating the registered agent on the Secretary of State website in your state. So Secretary of State sites there's only one per state. It's not county specific. So most of this information, as far as I'm aware of, is available for free. I have encountered some states where you might have to pay in order to see some of the information, but overall, it should be free if you're wholesaling in any of the major states that people wholesale in. So let's go ahead and go to South Carolina, Secretary of State. So we want to go to the business name search. So it should be similar in your particular state. And what I'm going to do here is actually copy this LLC name and input it here in the business search, name search, and click search. All right, so once I'm here, here's the individual's or the corporation's name. I'm gonna click this. And what comes up is actually a lot of information that will help us in our search. So we have the registered agent's name, Justin L. Broom. We're getting somewhere. Realize, guys, we can only skip trace individuals as of now with the individual's name. So it's not like it goes from LLC name to phone number. We have to get the LLC name. Once we have the LLC name, we have to find who the registered agent is and then their registered agent's address, put that together, and then we can conduct a skip trace. You see, whenever we're just skip tracing individuals, like on your marketing list, you already have that information. You have their first name, last name, and you have their mailing or property address. This, we have to go one step further and actually locate the individual's name after we have the LLC name. So it's like a 3-step process with finding their information, like getting their phone number. So this individual right here, Justin L. Broom, we're unsure if he owns it. I am sure, I think I'm 90% sure this person owns it. So how can we tell? What you want to do is actually copy this address, go on Google, and then we want to actually go and click search on Google and see if it comes up with a residence. Now, if it comes up with a residence, which this is by going to Google Maps, see, this is just a regular house. This lets us know that this is actually an individual who owns this, most likely, right? So some red flags will go off if I put this in Google and it went to some business office, or the Google actually went to an attorney's office. Now, that's where you get stuck. Pretty much the buck stops there, and you can't really do anything after that if it goes to an attorney's office. If it goes to a person's business office and there's no attorney office related to it, you might be able to skip trace them and have some luck. However, we like seeing them go to the actual address. I'm like 99% sure now, seeing this, that this person who registered this LLC is in fact the owner of the LLC. So a registered agent could be anybody. If you have a 1,000, 2,000 member strong company, you have a pretty large company, then your registered agent could be anybody. You might have a secretary that worked there for a year or 3 months, be the registered agent of the LLC. You just don't know. But with stuff like this, we could pretty much guarantee if it's a small business, and they're like, most of these companies are small businesses when you look them up. This person right here is the owner of the LLC. I'm pretty confident because it's going to a house. Now, here's the next step. So you may be saying, okay, Cece, that's great. Now, how do I locate their phone numbers? Well, you can skip trace them and batch, or you just manually skip trace them, which I suggest. It's pretty easy. And I have a website here you guys could go to for free. It's called familytreenow.com. And this website actually is pretty accurate when it comes to the phone numbers. It's sort of spotty regarding if the phone numbers are on there, but if the phone numbers are on there, they're pretty accurate. So if their phone number isn't on there, you can always typically find somebody related to the person that has a phone number. So let's go ahead and search this individual here. So this is Justin L. Broom. And then Charleston, South Carolina, 29407. And we're going to search records. So we have one person here, and the more unique their name is, the easier it is going to like match them up with an individual here. If this was John Smith, you're pretty much out of luck at that point. You'd have to go through a lot and sort of like see if the address that's on file matches them. But we have one person here, which is great. And we're going to go ahead and view details. So when we go here, we could go down a little bit. And in the current and past addresses, if you see this address here, then we know we have the correct person. So here it is, 28 Rosedale Drive. So we have the correct individual that owns this LLC. And we could go down a little bit, and we have his phone number. So if you had a property under contract right beside this property and he just bought one down the road for cash, then we know right here we have his contact information and you could give them a call. But guys, that's basically the process for locating LLC owners using free tools, just your tax assessor site, your Secretary of State site, and then going on Family Tree Now and finding their information. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Hope you have a great day.